Farm Guy here, and this is the Lizard 822 830D by Woodcraft Modding and Oscar 8599 on Farming Simulator 22. It's for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. I'm on PS5. Here on the rock crawl map for this test and demonstration of these two. There's actually is two of these forestry machines. 30.5 megabytes to download. I do have 4 of them, but they are... hold on. Darn it. Looney Farm Guy here, and this is the Lizard 822 and 830D by Woodcraft Modding and Oscar 8599 on Farming Simulator 22. It's for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. I'm on PS5. Here on the rock crawl map for this test and demonstration of these, or this, forestry machine. 30.5 megabytes to download, 18 slots on console. We have an interesting choice here, vehicles and forestry machines, because we have 2 of them. One is marked ISO control, or zero tail swing D ISO control, and one is zero tail swing D mouse control. Both the same prices. They are both they are all 18 slots on console. So I have, well, let's just, in here, the choices are, as far as I can tell, exactly the same configurations. So we're just going to look at this one. We start with configuration of the X822D, which actually adds $108,000 to the price. Wish that would be in the actual price shown on the, So you have that one, or you have the option to slope compensation, and that adds $213,000 to the price. Then we go to the mulcher, which is actually $0 extra, so that's where your base price is. Or you can go with the automatic slope the slope compensation. You can choose automatic or not. So let's go back over here and one up. So wheels, we have those tracks or these tracks, wide tracks, standard or wide tracks. We have a rear shield, which is more of a blade option, additional weight, yes or no. And then if you have picked the slope compensation option, you can have it automatic or manual. If we go up over to the mulcher, you can also have those options, wide tire, yes or no, rear shield, additional weight in the mulcher version. If we go over to this version, everything seems to be exactly the same, although in the description on the mod hub, it says there are 2 shop items, so you can choose between a control designed for operation with a mouse and a control for a gamepad joystick, which is based on the ISO control of an excavator. So we will buy 2 of those, and we will check them out later. However, I will show you the one that says is designed for joystick, which I have here. The first one we're going to try out is this one. Let's get our help window on. There we go. So, interesting there. We have, let's start it up. So the one thing that you should know about this, it is extremely slow moving. 4 miles per hour is the most, or the fastest you're going to move this around. So if you want to move this to a forest area from your shop that you bought it, I would highly recommend loading it on the trailer and taking it over that way, because driving it is going to be very painfully slow. L1. So we have a lot of different controls here. L1 and X opens and closes that grab. I would recommend leaving that open, because L1 and left on your D-pad opens the top. Now those are manually operated ways, and there is a way to do that. Well, those are, I say, automatic. And then right stick left and right turns your cab left and right, and up and down moves this your whole arm up and down. R1 and right stick left and right, you can swivel that head and up and down, moves the arm in and out. L1 and R1, right stick left and right, tilts that head and up and down. Here's where you can, L1 and R1 up and down, can both close those and open those. However, that might be a bit tricky doing it that way. And as a matter of fact, which I will show you in a minute, I actually think the other one actually probably operates a little bit easier, but we're going to go with this one because, well, we have it. So let's go up to this tree. Oh yes, crane cabin leveling extra 2. Well, this one doesn't have the cab leveling, so don't worry about that. The other one does. I will show it to you. Or do I? Do I have it on that one? No, I don't. I have them on the other ones, the other ones. But let's go ahead and take this tree out, shall we? So let's drop that right to the ground, and notice as we get close to this tree, it kind of goes into the tree. At this point, L1 and left on your D-pad grabs onto that tree like that, and then L1 and square, turn on the tree harvester, bam. Now turn it off, and we have now grabbed onto this tree. So actually, and then you can actually, yeah, it's on there pretty good. So this is probably the best working one of all of them I've tried. Now what do you do with it? Well, if you want to put it down, you lift up, go, no, there we go, tilt, lift up, tilt downwards, and left on your D-pad, and there we go. So she's dropped down on the ground. So that's, well, as far as I can tell, how I've figured out. I am not extremely proficient at this, but I do believe if it works for me, it'll work for anyone. Now, hopping into the, oh, I nearly forgot. This has several camera options. L1, or sorry, R3, pressing R3, you can get your in-cab view. You have a an outside view, again, kind of more centered. Well, it seems like it's another outside view. We have the view of the head itself, then we have another view of a lower of the head, and then we're outside again, which seems like a different outside than this one. See, we have this one and this one, which is odd that we have two outside views. But anyways, those are the views. And that's for all of them, even if you have the mulcher on them, just like that. But anyways, interior, nice, yep. Gauges and all that sort of stuff. There we go. Lights, lots of light. So now this operates, or at least it moves around the same way. Left stick left and right tilts that, right stick left and right moves that down. So this is referred to as a mulcher head. And let's drive forward. I have a stump over here, and yes, it will remove stumps, as we'll show you here. Now, as I said, the control is relatively the same as the other one. Let's turn it on, and as we go over here, there we go. Now you can also dig up ground too and really clear everything out, but I do believe its main purpose is removing stumps, which it seems to do quite well. Right. One last thing. I have the, let's turn that off and get it turned around here, because we do have that rear If I could get it light on it, it's kind of dark. I'm in the shadow of the tree here. And this thing is painfully slow. It is. Alright, let's get into some light here. It's a Alright, L1 and R1. Group leveling. There we go. There we go. We got to choose your control group cabin leveling plus extras to R1 and right stick left and right. Raise and lower that blade. Right, so fairly simple there, yes, no. If we hop into here, this is, if you recall, the one that said it was designed more for mouse and keyboard. However, we still have the same open and close options. Right stick left and right, up and down. To me, it actually almost seems more intuitive, easier to maneuver. See, the R1 has your forward and back and tilt, and L1 has your left and right and up and down. It almost seems easier for me on a PS5 controller, because the L1 and R1 and right stick left and right and up and down, I wouldn't use really. I use the L1 left and right and up and down like this, and the R1 tilt and back and forth. So that's I would probably go with the one that says, if we're going to go back in there, just show you again, this one is the mouse control version, which I would have not picked to be the version I would initially go to. Now if we go to cab leveling, that is where L1 and right stick left and right, up and down, you can play with the cab leveling. That's because I have it on manual and not automatic. If you have it on automatic, I'm sure it will automatically level your machine. Of course, R1 and raise your, if I had the blade on the back, that would be it. So yeah, try them both out. I mean, I would suggest going on, if you're thinking of getting these and you want to try out which one you think is best, just go onto a test map and buy them instead of buying it and all of a sudden you're saying, oh, I don't like this version, I want the other one, and then end up you know, spending a lot of money. So I always recommend having a test map set up somewhere that you can test out a piece of equipment, especially something like this that has controls that you might control options that you might like to have one way or the other, and see whichever suits you. Also, you can fool around with it and play with it and, you know, test it out and see how it works too a little bit before you commit to buying it onto your actually playable map. But there you go, that's the Lizard 822 830D by Woodcraft Modding and Oscar 8599 on Farming Simulator 22. Thank you all for watching, and remember, it's only a game, so till the next one, bye for now.